Welcome back, everybody. It's another episode of Stockton United. I'm your co-host, Chris Angel, here with your host, your fit host, Lance McHan. Hello, sir.
Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Hey, We're all great.
Good to see you again, Chris.
We're all good. We're all good. Listen, man, this is we're coming off a hot, juicy topic in our last episode on homelessness, and now we're moving into a different juicy topic. Yeah, health is your wealth. I know because I followed you for a while on social media that you have been in bodybuilding competitions. You're a fit guy.
I'm.
What'd you say?
I'm always trying to be. I'm okay. I'm okay. But yeah, I did a couple shows last year.
You're ripped. You're in good shape, man. You're in good shape, which is cool because I think you give me that stat you gave me about how people spend money on enhancements. Give me that stat.
People spend billions of dollars a year on enhancements to try to look a certain way instead of putting in the work to try to achieve those enhancements that they're trying to do. So, sometimes you need the enhancements. Like if you were super heavy and you lost a lot of weight, you would probably need some medical procedures to make you look more natural.
Sure.
But the girls who are in, and the guys who have pec implants, it's like, lift a little weights, and try to be happy with who you are. I mean, we're all our own individual package. And, I understand some plastic surgery, but then there's the extreme where you don't even look like the person you did 20 years ago.
Yeah. There's this concept called the pain web, right? The pain web when you look at so if you start to look at why people are paying for enhancements versus doing the work, right? It's to do the work is hard. It's hard to do the work, mentally hard, sometimes physically hard to do the work, to get in shape, to stay in shape, and so we try to find those shortcuts. I think that by paying for enhancements that make us look the way we want to look without doing the work,
Right.
And but it doesn't listen, I'll throw myself under the bus here because I was getting trained to do a bodybuilding competition over the summer. I'd never done it before. Got in a matter of 3 months, got in the best shape, the lowest body fat I'd ever been in my life. I'm 42 now. And now I pulled back from that, and that was in the fall. And now I'm in the worst shape. Like in a matter of months, I'm now fatter than I've ever been. And I can actually feel it in my body. So I feel sluggish. I feel fat. My intestines don't feel great, right? It just, it compounds. And now the pain web of it is how I wake up in the morning is I'm way more tired in the morning. My brain is not as available for the things I want to produce in the world, right? This is the pain web. You sacrifice it one area of life and it spills into all the others,
Absolutely. And you could go back to your diet program and get back on it, start prepping your food and get back to that.
I know what to do now.
Even if you didn't work out, even if you started eating right, that would make a huge difference.
Right.
And just like your mom said, you are what you eat. And those,
man,
those double cheeseburgers from In-N-Out, sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah. A lot of junk food lately. A lot of junk food.
Yeah. So after a lot of times people like yourself, after a competition, I don't know for what reason, they just kind of tend to swing the other way. And not everybody, but a lot of times people do. And myself, I wanted to try to stay. I was 208. I had this huge moon face, and nobody told me, hey, bud, you're looking a little fluffy there. So look at pictures. I'm like, who is that guy?
Yeah.
Nobody told me. So I'm real cognizant of what I eat in proportions. And I still have my cheat meal.
Yeah.
On Saturday for lunch, I'll eat whatever I want.
Yep.
Willpower is like a battery. So if you don't recharge it once in a while, that's where you hit the wall and you're just like, I'm done. I can't eat this any longer.
Right.
But whatever it is you want, just it's not a cheat day. It's a cheat meal.
Right.
That's the misconception people have. They just splurge all day and they just set themselves back.
Right.
Weeks.
Well, give me this. I love that you've kind of been down this road. You've gone before a lot of us in terms of learning how to do it. What I don't want to say hacks because I don't want to cheapen it, but what things have you found have been really helpful in living this as a lifestyle, right? Like just living this way.
Prepping your food is the hack that everybody's looking for. If you prep your food and take it with you, you don't have a reason to go to McDonald's because you have your food. When you're hungry and you leave a client's office or house and you're starving, you've been in there for 30 minutes and you don't have anything to eat, the first thing you're going to do is hit the gas station, grab a candy bar or McDonald's, fast food, something that isn't conducive to your goals. So if you have your food with you, I usually keep almonds with me, just a bag and some water, just so if I am ever at that point, I can eat. And I keep protein shakes in Ziploc bags.
Like the powder?
The powder. And so my hack is a Ziploc bag, and I pour the water in the Ziploc bag and zip it up and shake it.
Really? In the bag?
In the bag.
Wow.
And then just like, how they squeeze out cake frosting for drawing. So you bite the corner off and you just kind of power shoot it.
They make water bottles. Hey, they make water bottles like this.
Right? And you never have that cup that's been sitting underneath your sink for a week. You're just like, I'm just going to throw that away. But you got to be careful. You got to make sure it's zipped up because I've had them spill on me.
That is like, they make blender bottles for that kind of stuff, right? Like,
I'm creative. I keep a couple cups in my car with some protein powder inside there in a Ziploc bag.
Camp.
And so,
that's hardcore. Well, I think that's important. Like, I agree with you. I think when I had my fridge prepped, when my food prep was done, I actually got to the spot where I was weighing out protein.
Yeah. And
I actually liked that. I never thought I would like it. I had a scale for years, a food scale for years, and I never used it. And then during this the last summer when I was training, I weighed it out. You know what I actually thought? Like, I overcalculated in the past before weighing it how much 3 ounces of chicken is. Like, I was probably thinking 6 ounces of chicken was 3 ounces of chicken.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that like
you have to weigh your food because that way your caloric intake. You have to, because a lot of people do the same thing. Your coaches eat 3 or 4 ounces of chicken, but you're so used to your usual serving
ounces, 10 ounces.
And, in order to lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit. You can't out train your mouth. You just simply cannot out train your mouth. So you are what you eat. Diet is the number one thing to your pathway of better health.
Give me this really quick too. So we've talked about diet a little bit. I think there are so many places people can go to, and actually the challenging part with the food is if you're just going to go Google search food or diets or how to lose weight, like you're going to get a bazillion different conflicting pieces of advice. Like it's the worst. Oh, wow. Lance, are you okay?
I'm okay. I don't know what's going to happen here.
The camera fell over.
We can get this.
That's all right. I'll distract them while you set it up there. But you can go look on the internet for all sorts of food advice. And the challenging thing about it is I actually did that for years and was more confused at the end of 6 years of study than I was when I went to my trainer who just said, you're going to eat this and you're going to lift this, right? Like, I think part of the trick is making it simpler, and it's not simpler when you go try to understand it all.
Sometimes it's worth paying somebody who's been down that road and that path to say, here's your recipe.
Right.
Go do it.
Just go do it. Just submit to the teacher.
Questions, call me. So it was easy for me to follow that diet, even though, fish is I was eating a lot of tilapia, and then I'm like, I can't stand tilapia. So I switched to cod because it's a little cleaner, a little more expensive, but it tasted cleaner to me.
Yeah.
And you create all kinds of little ways to season your food and just get creative. There's tons of recipes.
Right.
And so
I would say too, like, wouldn't you say like you could even like, I'm just trying to picture the wide range of audience people listening to this, right? Like, even if you're not at the space where you're like, I'm not going to weigh my food. I will not weigh my food. Okay, great. Right. Like, just find a couple places to swap out, prep your food for the week instead of not prepping your food, and just start there. Right. Would you say like
absolutely
incremental change? Yeah.
That would be the first step.
Yeah.
It's way better than any fast food you're going to get.
Right.
McDonald's. I mean, even Chipotle is relatively healthy, However, there's tons of sodium in there. And if you're drinking plenty of water, then sodium is not a huge issue unless you have underlying medical issues.
Right.
But just taking your food.
Yeah.
Right. I don't have any plug in this, but Fit Packer trays are like $14 on Amazon. You get like 12 or 14. They're super good. They seal up. They don't leak very,
Fit Packer. That's a good tip, dude. Is that like, that's like a Tupperware kind of, it's like a
Tupperware, and they're real inexpensive. They don't, if you take them out of the freezer and drop them, they don't hold up very well.
Oh, okay.
But otherwise they hold up really well. They're dishwasher safe,
good,
BPA free and all that.
Right. Okay.
Stuff.
That's good. Fit Packer. Okay. So here's where I wanted to go. Sorry. So, by the way, quick shout out. Who's your coach? Let's give your shout out to your bodybuilding coach.
Mr. Taylor and Nisha Ward at Strong Mind, Strong Body. They're my coach here in Stockton.
That's awesome.
And they're actually, she was on my podcast last week, and they're changing women's lives. She strictly does women, and the progress that you could see these women is inspiring, even to me. I'm just like, man, you girls are putting in some work.
Yeah,
I admire that, because some days I watch them, I'm tired just watching them.
Yeah,
it work.
That's so good.
So,
well,
they're both pro coaches, IBBF pros. So you're getting they know what they're doing.
Yeah, that's so good. I love that. Yeah, that's the cool part, right? It's like they know what they're doing. That's why I found my guy who was known for bodybuilding competitions. And I was like, I want somebody who's done it.
Right.
Knows how to coach others to do it. And his coaching was great. He's just like, you're going to eat this and you're going to lift this. Like, I had no time to ask, why do I eat that? He's just like, next, let's go to the next lift, right? Why do I lift that? Nope. We're just going to go lift the next.
What was he having you eat that you didn't like? Was there anything that you didn't like, or did he?
Well, he recommended apple cider vinegar, which I never did. I was like, I'm not drinking that.
That's big. I haven't tried it yet.
I've done it before. I can do it if I put it in iced tea in the summer in like a venti cup from Starbucks with iced tea and apple cider vinegar. I can do it that way, but otherwise I'm like, I'm not doing that. So I didn't.
I just smell it. It's just too strong for me. I'm like,
I didn't have any problem with the food stuff he put me on. Like, I didn't mind doing the food stuff. Actually, I was surprised. I was like, I didn't feel deprived. I just was doing what he told me to eat, and that wasn't a problem for me. But here's what I want. So anyway, here's what I want to know on the lifting side of thing, on the weights and the muscle side of thing. I know people. I want to. Well, here's what I want to ask you, but I want to set it up. What I'm going to ask you is, what's a trick? What's a hack? What makes that easier? But before you answer that, I think a lot of I so agree with this. A lot of people will think that cardio is what they need, when in reality, dense muscle is what you need. Dense muscle burns way more calories while you're in a rested state than you going out and doing an hour on a treadmill or elliptical machine, right?
People are stuck in the 80s.
Right.
Cardio, aerobics, all that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Did you say cartwheel?
Cardio.
Oh. all those people doing cartwheels.
You can do cartwheels if you want.
Yeah. But so I just wanted to preface that with like, look, I think lifting weights is more important than doing cardio. You're going to have a better residual effect from that. So that being said, what have you found to be helpful for you to just get in and do the lifts when you don't want to?
It's hard not to when you have a coach, come on, do it. That could be the best anabolic or fat loss system you could ever implement, is having a trainer there screaming at you, which he doesn't scream at me, but you know what I mean? Somebody pushing you. Mm-hmm. It could be the best thing for you. So it may be where that $200 a month or whatever in your area, just somebody who you connect with, who's pushing you to be better than where you are today.
I agree with that.
The other thing too is they have those circuits inside most gyms where they go for 30 seconds.
Right.
Just hit that. That'll kick your cardio and your muscle training all in one. And I'm speaking more towards the beginners and not so much to the advanced bodybuilders or people who've been training for years.
Yep.
Supplementation, your food is where it's at. Your food is absolutely where it's at. There is no drink, there is no pill, there is no shake that what's going to do it. They're called supplements for a reason. They're to supplement your food.
Right.
So if you don't have your food with you, you have a shake.
Right.
To get you to that next meal.
Right. Yeah, it's good. I agree, dude. I agree with the trainer thing. Like I said before, I worked out for 6 years. I have a home gym. I worked out for 6 years on my own, 3 days a week, pretty consistent, 3 days a week. And I never got a six pack in 6 years.
But what was the catalyst for you? Do you think it was a trainer or the diet that you got from
it was, I would say the diet. I had never eaten like that before because I always like made it more complicated in my head than it needed to be. Like it was pretty stripped down and it was pretty basic, right? Yeah. The meal prep, it was definitely the food. But here's what I would say about the lifting part was for 6 years, I quit before I should have quit. Like I would quit a rep before I should have quit a rep. Like you said, like he pushed me beyond where I was comfortable lifting to. Not that my body couldn't handle it. My body could handle it, but that was the thing. Mentally, I would quit before it was time to quit, you know?
Right. He made you realize your 4-minute mile was, have you heard the story where, nobody thought that 4-minute mile could be beat until that one guy beat it. Right. And then all of a sudden there's a string of new world record set.
Right.
So you had this preconceived thought in your head that you were stuck at this point and that's it.
Yep.
But then on the flip side of the coin, I feel that a half-ass workout is better than no workout.
That's true. I agree with that. Yeah, I can tell you that for sure because I haven't done a workout in 3 months and I'm feeling it. I'm like, yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, it's not the workout, it's showing up. Showing up is a habit you want to create because if you show up and you're already at the door, what's the chance that you turn around and walk away?
Right. It's more likely that that's good. That's good. I do think that lifting made me want to eat better.
Yeah.
Like when I lift, I drink more water. When I lift, I want to eat cleaner. And I don't know why that is, but it's absolutely correlated for me.
Well, it's, goes back to your health and your wealth. It all correlates together. Without one, and I got that from my coach, you can't have one without the other. So it's a lifestyle. It's not a fad. It's not a diet. It's, we call it a diet, but really it's a lifestyle change.
Right. Absolutely. Well, I think the reason I like this conversation in the context of Stockton United is I feel like when a community starts to take on its health, rather than having a pain web, right, you're sort of left with like an opportunity web or like a health web. Like you're left with like one thing trickles into the next. So if you're feeling bad in your body, it's going to trickle into the other areas of your life. But if you're feeling good because you're eating right and you're lifting, that will spill into other areas of your life. And I feel like that's the stuff that people need to start to engage in the conversation of how do we improve a city? So
it's I don't know, we rank on the fattest cities in America, but when I go to my kids' swim meets and I see these kids who are, they're just not a little overweight. They're like obese. You're just like, how does that happen?
Right.
It's tough to see. It's kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah.
In a sense. I'm like, man, that poor kid is just probably getting it from all sides. He's being probably bullied. He probably has low self-esteem. So just eating better makes you feel better inside.
Yeah.
Having that salad instead of that candy bar makes you feel better. Like, oh, I did something good for myself. And then you couple that with some weight training. I mean, you don't have to go to the gym. You could just do calisthenics at home, push-ups, burpees, all that stuff.
Right. Yeah, do some kettlebell swings.
Those are murder. but I say go to the gym. That's what I say. If you could afford it, go to the gym. And the reason why I say that is because everyone has a story. I'm looking at a picture right now on my wall with my dad, and I'm like, man, I look at that guy. I was like fluffy. I was pretty fluffy back then. And so we all have a story. Yeah. We all have a place where we started and where we are. So, but being around other people who all have the same mindset as you, helps you achieve your goals, I feel.
That's cool, man. I love it. Well, this is good conversation. What I would say is, it's helpful when people can be encouraged. If people want to reach out to you, learn more about how you do what you do, whether it's your meal prep or your workouts, or any of that stuff, like how do people reach you?
Go to my website. I have a kind of contact form on there. You could email me, or my phone number's on there. You could text me, and I could connect you with my coach and make that connection, make the handshake. And if it's a good fit, great. If not, then we'll find another opportunity for you to move forward and try to make a change in your life.
I love that.
It's a beautiful thing.
So you can go to, so it's lancemchan.com, MCHAN, lancemchan.com, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Right.
Perfect. Right, yeah. If you're watching this, you can see it right there. This is perfect. Lance McHan. There it is. Lance, awesome stuff, man. Thank you for, here's what's cool about this. We're like 4 episodes in, and you keep bringing a variety of topics. And I think all of them help us be, just be better in life. I love that we get to have a holistic approach to what Stockton United is and means. And
well, thank you.
Thanks for leading the conversation.
The deep conversations.
Yeah, man.
Instead of the small talk.
Small talk, yeah. Yeah.
You make my head hurt sometimes. You're like,
small talk's lame.
I
don't like small talk. Nobody likes small talk.
Yeah.
We all do it, but nobody likes it. Let's just stop doing it.
Let's make a connection. Let's dive deep.
I love it. Good stuff, Lance. Thanks, man. We'll catch you next time.
All right, everybody. Have a great day. Be kind to everyone, because you never know when somebody's going to touch your life. And more importantly, you never know when they're going to touch yours.
There you go. We'll end with that. Thanks, Lance. Take care.
All right, bud. Have a good one.